We've got a roller coaster of XRP news today. First up, a massive legal win for Ripple could pave the way for a brighter future. But what does it mean for the XRP price? Well, we're going to be breaking it all down. Hold on though, guys, because there's more. We'll also get the scoop on XRP's legal status in California, a mysterious 250 million XRP transfer, and even dive into the 𝗕𝗘𝗪 controversy and its potential impact on the entire crypto market. And the wait is over. We'll be wrapping things up with the technical analysis and my hot takes on the XRP short to medium term price predictions. So smash that like button, guys, and get ready for your XRP news today. First up, let's talk about the massive win Ripple just secured in California. Ripple's CEO is celebrating this as a groundbreaking victory, and for good reason. This win could pave the way for more positive regulatory clarity for Ripple and XRP. But what does this mean for the Ripple XRP price? So Judge Hamilton, who leads the Northern California U.S. District Court, allowed the lawsuit to go to trial under one state law claims, which basically centers around statements made by Garninghouse about XRP in a 2017 interview. This has now been allowed to proceed to trial. However, Judge Hamilton has shot down 4 claims that revolve around Ripple's alleged failure to register the controversial XRP token as a security. Well, this isn't just any win. This victory could potentially set a precedent for how Ripple is treated legally across other states. Imagine what this could do for the Ripple XRP price and the broader crypto market. The Ripple XRP news today is nothing short of exhilarating. Now, the plaintiff is arguing that the bullish statements were misleading since Ripple's boss, Brad Garninghouse, sold millions of XRP tokens on different exchanges in that year. In another interview, Garninghouse also stated that Ripple was going to drive a massive amount of demand for the token since it was solving a $1 trillion problem. Moreover, Ripple allegedly collaborated with marketing agencies when answering questions from the purchasers of the token. Garninghouse claims that he continues to stand by his statements, adding that he is looking forward to shedding light on them during the upcoming trial. Now, where do you stand on this case? Let me know in the comments down below. Next, we need to clear up some confusion about XRP's status in California. Ripple's chief legal officer recently ended all speculation with a definitive statement. This is a crucial development that could influence the XRP price. Ripple's chief legal officer emphasized that the California judge dismissed all allegations that suggested that Ripple violated federal securities law. The only remaining claim in California is based on the 2017 declaration involving state law and is scheduled for trial. The plaintiff in that case, who did not purchase XRP directly from Ripple and is uncertain whether he was affected by the 2017 statement, reportedly lost a small amount of money on his trades. Ripple is looking forward to cross-examining this matter. So what does it mean for us, the investor? Well, knowing that XRP has a clear legal status in a significant state can boost investor confidence, potentially driving up the XRP price. We could be looking at a Ripple update that will ripple, pun intended, through the entire crypto community. Now, let's talk about the staggering 250 million XRP that was just moved out of Ripple's pocket. That's right. 250 million. This is the kind of movement that always raises eyebrows and sparks a flurry within the community. The destination of the transferred XRP remains undisclosed, leading to speculation within the community. It is possible that the address belongs to Ripple itself, although it was originally activated by a transfer from another unknown address. Another theory suggests it could be a hot wallet associated with a major exchange platform. Typically, withdrawals of this magnitude to exchanges are viewed cautiously by the market, often considered a signal for potential selling pressure. But what does this mean for the Ripple XRP price and your XRP price predictions? Is Ripple gearing up for something big, or is this just another routine shuffle? Guys, let's share your theories in the comments down below. And here's something that might make you sit up a little straighter. XRP's co-creator recently reacted to alarming alarming concerns about a potential 𝗕𝗪-fueled bubble. This could have significant implications for the Ripple XRP price and the broader crypto market. David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple and co-creator of XRP, has weighed in on the growing concerns over 𝗕𝗪's influence on the Bitcoin and other financial markets. These concerns revolve around allegations that 𝗕𝗪, through its USDT stablecoin, is artificially inflating the value of cryptocurrency and propping up the US bond market. The debate has been sparked by claims that 𝗕𝗪's operations involve a revolving door between 𝗕𝗪, Bitcoin, and the US bond market. Critics argue that by creating artificial liquidity, 𝗕𝗪 is propping up the largest financial bubble in history. They highlight the intertwined nature of 𝗕𝗪 and Bitcoin, suggesting that if bonds fail, Bitcoin could follow suit due to its perplexing system. 𝗕𝗪's latest data suggests that all of its tokens are pegged one-to-one on a corresponding fiat currency and are fully backed by 𝗕𝗪's reserves. These reserves consist primarily of cash equivalents, US Treasury bills, precious metals, Bitcoin, and other investments. However, the composition of these reserves have raised eyebrows, particularly reliance, I should say, on T-bills, which makes up nearly 80% of the cash equivalents. In response to these concerns, Schwartz emphasized the basic principles of how financial systems work. He explained that the creation of new assets, whether Bitcoin, USDT, or traditional bank deposits, inherently adds value to the existing pool of assets without destroying existing value. Schwartz's perspective aims to demystify the process, emphasizing that newly created assets contribute to the total value in the system, not detracting from perplexed assets. Are we on the brink of a major market correction, or is this just fear-mongering? Only time will tell. Let's get into the Ripple XRP technical analysis now, where I will share my thoughts on the short to medium term XRP price predictions. Okay guys, let's take some time here to take a look at the XRP chart. Here we have XRP paired up with USDT. We're on the 1-day Binance chart, and you can still see that we're in this kind of parallel channel to the downside, but we're holding incredibly strongly at the moment, in my opinion. We can see that we have the 50 EMA, the 50 SMA on the daily charts, just here on the price action. Now, currently, the current price is lower than the 50 EMA, which is the blue line, and lower than the 50 SMA, the yellow line, and these are currently sat at 51.06 on the EMA and 51.1 on the SMA. So with price being lower than the short-term moving averages, the 50 EMA, the 50 SMA, this is deemed a little bit more on the bearish side of things. But we also need to kind of reflect in on our trend filter, which is our 200 EMA, which is the white line that is coming through the chart here as well. This is currently sat at 54.48, and of course price action is lower than the 200 EMA, meaning that we are in a bearish time for XRP. Not that you really need to have the EMAs to know this, considering the entire market at the moment is where it is. Now, the other thing that's worth noting here is that the 50 EMA, the 50 SMA, the short-term moving averages are lower than the longer-term moving average of the 200 EMA. This is also a bearish place to be. It's no coincidence that every time we saw a cross on the 50 EMA crossing lower than the 200 EMA, we saw a price dropping to the downside. When we saw the 50 SMA crossing the 200 EMA, we saw another price drop to the downside. We also saw tests here as well, most recently, up on that 200 EMA. And obviously, we've seen rejection every single time. So we find resistance not only on the 200 EMA, the 50 EMA, and the 50 SMA, but there's also pockets of resistance as we start to kind of really address some of these concerns. Now, with this correction, there are some positives, right? So we can see the negatives. We know the 50 EMAs, the SMAs, the 200 EMAs. We can see those quite clearly. But one of the things that a lot of people don't take into consideration is the nature of the candlestick analysis. Candlestick analysis, if we turn off, some of these things like the EMAs, allow you to kind of take stock of the situation through a slightly different lens. And here with price analysis, we can see that there's an overlapping nature of the candlesticks. This tells us that the market isn't in a a trend move to the downside. When you see these overlapping movements, you actually have to take into consideration that these are just short-term moments of volatility. Now, for XRP, if I zoom out far enough, you can take into consideration that we've been in this kind of ranging market for quite some time. The main concern is a head and shoulder pattern over a longer term period, okay, and that is still why we're looking for a bit of a move to the downside, in my opinion. We haven't quite finished this just yet. Now, it does look like we have the minimum expectation around 41.88, potentially still going down lower than that, but my minimum expectation, as I have said many times already, is going to be 41.88 cents, as that is going to be a double bottom with the wick that we saw over on the 12th of April. Okay, so we have the possibility of dropping down deeper. 33 cent would be where I'd like things to kind of finish off, but we do have that ability to see somewhere between 28 and 33 cent, which will be the true kind of double bottom with where we were previously, down at 28.72 cents. Okay, that was the bottom that we saw over in June of 2022. Okay, we had a great run to the upside. This is very much a nice healthy correction to the downside, although it might not feel that way. It is actually quite normal and quite correct in the way that it's forming, and we should then be looking for another fantastic run to the upside in due course. A great area for dollar cost averaging, in my opinion, is going to be anywhere really lower than kind of 42 cents. It's going to be kind of the area that I think is going to be kind of worth kind of dollar cost averaging if we haven't done so already. But of course, the whole idea of dollar cost averaging is to build out those positions gradually over time without having to worry about the price analysis terribly too much. Now, if I go ahead and throw on smart money concepts, we can see here that we do still have our bearish structures, and we are fighting against equilibrium right now. These are issues where we can see more volatility to the downside on the short term, and once this is completed, we'll be looking for those bigger moves to the upside. In an ideal world, we want to hold 41.88 cents, as that will then allow us to be in a more bullish pattern overall. But if we do go down a little bit deeper, it's not the end of the world, because reversal would be something really impactful, I think, over time. So again, it would be a fantastic opportunity, should we lose the 41.88 cent area, to continue to build out bigger positions in XRP. Okay, so we obviously do have our moving averages as concerns. We have smart money concepts as a concern. Elliott wave theory is also a bit of a concern, indicating still some more slippage to the downside. If we take a look at the stochastic RSIs, you can see the daily stochastic RSI is also looking to shift back down, indicating that there's more bearish momentum available to XRP, although some of these macros are actually looking okay, such as the weekly and the monthly. So although this might not be the best of news on the daily time frame, and I'm basically suggesting that XRP's price is more than likely going to be going down a little bit deeper, we have to consider that on the macro scale, things aren't actually that bad. On our weekly time frame here, you can see that we're nice and oversold on the weekly, on the stochastic. And our price chart is still looking very healthy on a weekly time frame, where I am looking for this area between $5.59 and $11.26 by the time the bullish market comes to an end. Now, that might be 2025, might be 2026. I cannot time the market, but it does look like it's heading in this particular direction. And it will basically mirror that of what we saw 2020 and 2021. And it's possible that we do exceed these expectations, maybe even heading out more towards $34 in the future. Now, obviously, I can't speculate as to kind of how we get there. I mean, there's many reasons as to why. Obviously, the lawsuits, whether or not we're going to see kind of conclusion to these cases, settlements, and all that kind of stuff, which might actually push the price significantly higher. But for now, bearing in mind everything that we've seen so far, it's $5.59 to $11.26, and this would actually fall in line with kind of the expectations overall on a weekly macro time frame. So, although we're expecting some kind of more short-term volatility over the next few weeks, we'll probably see a bit more slippage to the downside. Over the kind of next several months, we are looking pretty positive for XRP, and I do think we're going to be seeing some pretty significant price returns and returns on investment over time, whether that is late 2024 or 2025, etc. You guys can let me know what your thoughts are on all of this in the comments down below. Smash the like button if you haven't done so already, subscribe if you're new, and click this video and check out what's going on with some of the other projects in the crypto space.